Okay, I got a project here I'm working on. The driveway's getting kind of bumpy and it's real packed down and it's got a lot of grass growing in it. So I'm going to use my box scraper to regrade the driveway. So first thing I always do, see I made one pass here with the rippers. This is about a 6-foot box grader and it's got 5 rippers on it. So I set my rippers just a little bit deeper than the back of the blade, maybe an inch or two, and I like to set the top link, adjust the top link, angle the blade just a little bit so the rippers will dig in. And then I set my depth control on the tractor, my depth stop here, so that it just catches the rippers and the blade is just skimming across the gravel, so you're not catching a lot of gravel and basically you're just loosening up the hard packed gravel. And I'll go across it a few passes, loosen everything up. Okay, when I'm ripping, loosen up the gravel, I'll run in low range and in first gear, so as slow as it'll go. With this tractor, I reckon run about 1,500, maybe about 1,700 RPM, right in there. Okay, so far I've got 3 passes on this little section of driveway with the rippers down, and you can see it's pretty loose. It's starting to loosen to the point where it's picking up a little bit of gravel on the blade. It's loose enough that on the surface I can pick up a bunch of gravel with my foot. So that's pretty loose now. Little section here on this side is still hard packed it is. Can barely even move any rock. Over here where the rippers were, I can just bring piles of that rock up. So once it gets loose like that, I'm going to come back with the blade at the right proper depth and scrape it, smooth the thing out. And with those rippers really good as getting up this grass too. See, it pulled all that grass out by the roots. So that'll all die now, because there's a big patch of grass down the middle. Well, I've done about 4 or 5 passes on the driveway, and it's pretty loosened up good now. I found best to, if you got a lot of grass clumps, come back and just pick up all that grass and throw it to the side. What'll happen, it'll start collecting in the box scraper here. And it'll end up leaving grooves. So you can see some of the grass clumps right here. That's leaving a groove right in here, so it won't make it as flat. But that's up to you. If you don't mind it not being perfectly flat, you can leave them grass clumps in there, and eventually they'll just wither away on the driveway. But I like to come back and pick all that up. Like we got big clumps here. Sometimes it'll build up and it'll lift the blade up off the gravel, and then it'll deposit big clumps of grass everywhere. Like here, if you get a low spot, here's some that are still stuck in the ground. And you can, because it's loosened up, you can pretty much pull them out if you want to. But that's when I get it done. Okay, so this is the depth of my ripper tines. You can see they're just a little bit lower than the blade, but you'll have to see what works best for you. If you set them too deep, they'll dig in, and then you'll get tire slippage. Okay, here's how the driveway looks when it's all finished up. I graded it about 2 times blade and got all the weeds out. Most of them anyway. There's still a few here and there, but it's a lot smoother than it used to be.